seeks to establish state-controlled police services alongside the existing Nigerian police force was approved after senators secured the constitutionally required two-thirds majority through a manual voting process adopted following technical glitches that affected the chamber's electronic voting devices, with both chambers of the National Assembly now backing the proposal. Attention has shifted to state assemblies, whose approval will determine whether Nigeria finally abandons its long-standing exclusive federal policing structure. The proposed amendment is widely regarded as one of the most consequential constitutional reforms undertaken since the return to democratic rule in 1999. ISIS funding. FTC is charged US-sanctioned BDC operator. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission was already investigating a Lagos-based bureau de change operator, Mukhtar Adamu Mohammed, and 3 companies linked to him for alleged terrorism financing before the United States government imposed sanctions on them. Sources within the anti-graft agencies have disclosed. Top EFCC officials familiar with the investigation said that the commission had concluded significant aspects of its probe and was preparing charges when the US government announced the sanctions. We investigated these 3 individuals and the BDC companies for terrorism financing, and we are preparing charges against them when the US indicted them, the source said. The development comes after the United States designated Mohammed and 3 Nigerian companies linked to him as alleged financial facilitators of activities linked to the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria. LPPC bars Ozekome from using sound title. Chief Mike Ozekome has been stripped of the Senior Advocate of Nigeria title. The Legal Practitioners Privilege Committee, which barred him for parading or referring to himself with that title, said the sanction would be enforced pending the conclusion of ongoing disciplinary proceedings and other cases involving him. In a statement, the LPPC said this action was taken pursuant to paragraph 26, subsection 6 of the guidelines for the conferment of the rank of Senior Advocate of Nigeria and all matters pertaining to the rank, pending the final determination of the disciplinary proceedings, presently before the Disciplinary and Ethics Subcommittee of the LPPC and other proceedings. Accordingly, Chief Mike Ozekome shall refrain from parading himself, presenting himself or otherwise holding himself out as a Senior Advocate of Nigeria, pending the final determination of the disciplinary proceedings. Secretary to the LPPC, Kabir Akobe, signed the statement which was issued yesterday. (2027) race. Wike Turaki camps rule out parallel PDP candidates. The leadership crisis in the People's Democratic Party escalated on Wednesday as 2 rival factions separately presented certificates of return and nomination documents to their candidates for 2027 general elections. Each of the factions insisted that it was the party's legitimate leadership and expressed confidence that the Independent National Electoral Commission would recognize its nominees. The Tani Muturaki's-led Interim National Working Committee and the faction led by the Federal Capital Territory Minister, Nyesom Wike, held parallel events in Abuja, where they unveiled candidates and rallied supporters ahead of the next general elections. The development comes barely 24 hours before INEC's scheduled release of access codes to political parties for uploading the names of candidates contesting elective offices. At the PDP's 109th National Executive Committee meeting at Wadata Plaza, PK urged party members to stop lamenting the loss of power and instead mobilize to reclaim it through hard work and organization. Nobody gives power, power is taken. If you do not do so, that is your business. You must fight for it to take it. Nobody is ready to dash you power, he said. US shows